Hello everyone, PeakUpTCG here, and today we will be looking at my tournament report of my local card shop's Astral Radiance Win-A-Pack tournament. So, some background information about this tournament. First off was that it was held on July 24th, 2022, so just a few days after making this video, or before making this video. It was a best of 4 round tournament, meaning that we only had 4 rounds, and you would only be able to face off against 4 different people unless you had a bye. This was not exactly your standard tournament structure, as it was just to win packs based on how many wins you got. There were 15 players, and there were a lot of different decks. We'll go over kind of what I found and what I had to go up against, and also what I played as well. You got 1 pack guaranteed for prizing after you paid a $10 entry fee, and then you got 1 pack for each round you won. And it was the Sword and Shield 2 Pokemon Go format. So, I decided to play everyone's favorite deck, Mew VMAX. I will cover Mew VMAX in a future video, as well as show you some of the reactions I had when I was opening up Fusion Strike. But I will cover all that in the future. I felt confident with Mew VMAX and its consistency. I tried to get the Meloetta to be able to use Mew V on the first turn, get Meloetta down as well. You use Ellis' Sparkle to grab your energies and put them on your Meloetta and Mew, attach your Fusion Strike energy, and boom, you're able to do at least 210 on the first turn of the game, and this was very useful, so I always was trying to go second with Mew VMAX, which was a little confusing for a few players, but it all ended up working out in the long run, which was real nice. I did not want to play Shadow Rider Calyrex. It didn't make the cut because I just haven't played it as often lately, and with a whole bunch of like Astral Radiance decks, I'm sorry to say, but Shadow Rider, my very popular Shadow Rider deck, is now within probably top 5 in our local metagame. It is not the first place deck it once was, with the addition of some brand new decks that are starting to really shake up the format. So the first round I had was against my nemesis, and that was Origin Form Palkia V-Star. I am personally not a fan of Palkia V-Star. I just don't like the card and the deck. The players I'm completely fine with. I'm not trying to start anything, but I personally just don't care for Palkia as much because it's everywhere. You could say the same thing about Mew VMAX when it came out, but I just think Palkia is just more annoying to have to go up against. So the first round was a loss against Palkia V-Star. I ended up starting with like a Genesect V in the active spot, and then barely any other resources, no way to find Pokemon, but luckily I was able to survive a few turns with a well-placed boss, and I was just able to stall my way until I got set up, but it was kind of too late by that time because the prize trade was already unfavorable. At one point I was almost able to use Oricorio, or Mew VMAX to use Oricorio's attack, so that way I could knock out a Palkia V with 10 HP left, but then they evolved and the game was pretty much over after that. So I took a loss against Palkia V-Star, but I did end up taking a very nice subscriber. He's amazing. He's actually the tournament organizer, but very fun to play. This was my first tournament round that was not outside of our locals, so I really appreciate this introduction into bigger tournaments. Second round was Dracozolt VMAX, and I was very confused, and also, no pun intended, very shocked to see Dracozolt being played in this tournament. But then I put 2 and 2 together, and Dracozolt VMAX, they're having a couple of videos on it recently, is amazing right now. Spark Trap and Infinite Healing. If you only have Dracozolt down on the bench, like, it's just the best anti-Palkia right now, in my opinion. This is one of the best anti-Palkia V-Star decks, as I think it can knock, it gets close to knockouts within 2 turns on these Palkias if they keep attacking, and then you can just heal all the damage, and they're doing no damage. But I was playing Mew VMAX, so Dracozolt was a little bit of a different matchup. I was able to take the win on Dracozolt VMAX. They were not able to get any VMAXs or boost shakers going on for them, and I was just able to get the Meloetta Donk, and then I was able to knock out their other Dracozolt on the bench, and I was able to take an easy game against my opponent. We agreed to a rematch, not for the prizing, just for fun, and that game turned out to be a lot harder. We didn't end up finishing due to the next round beginning, but I must say Dracozolt VMAX is a very difficult deck to go up against. So if you're ever up against a Dracozolt VMAX deck, be aware of what you're doing, and don't waste all your resources in one turn. Next up, we had Sylveon Rapid Strike box. So Sylveon VMAX, it had Sylveon VMAX, Rapid Strike Urshifu VMAX, Blaziken VMAX, Zeraora V, and it had Phalanx, the Rapid Strike squad, Phalanx, and the Artillery engine. This and also a Galarian Moltres V. This matchup was I felt was going to be a little daunting as soon as I saw the Moltres hit the bench, but luckily they weren't able to evolve until I had already taken 4 prize cards, and I was able to just keep using boss, so I went double boss's orders up their vulnerable Vs that couldn't attack, and then I was able to go escape rope for the win, and I was able to take the knockouts I needed to take all my prize cards, and luckily never had to deal with the Moltres. So my record is now 2-1 in this tournament, which I was pretty satisfied if I went either way with this final round, which was against Solrock Lunatone. And there were a lot of Solrock Lunatone decks. I want to say probably around 4 or 5. There was the Mewtwo V-Star version and just the Turbo version, and I ended up with a final record of 2 wins, 2 losses, as I was about to win the game, but my opponent was able to get a game-winning boss's orders. I was within 1 prize card, so a very close game. My opponent's, I know my opponent was considering playing Mew VMAX as well, but decided to not play Mew VMAX, instead play this, and I think they made a very right decision. So my final record was 2-2. Prizes, we got 3 Astral Radiance. I got 3 Astral Radiance packs, and out of one of them, I was able to get the Gold Ice Rider Calyrex VMAX and an Origin Form Dialga V, which was very nice, and I was very happy with my results. Definitely worth the $10. So yeah, let's go over the final thoughts here. I was very happy for my first tournament performance, especially with Mew VMAX, because I felt comfortable once I started getting going, and I was able to get combos real quick. I'm hoping to continue to improve as a player and as someone who has experience in tournaments. Mew VMAX just seemed like the right choice, and I'm so happy that I was able to use it. A lot of people were impressed by the rarity of the deck and the levels that it was, which you'll see in another video. But I was able to get technically top 4 with Mew VMAX just because of how the packs were distributed. I ended up with one of the top 4 people who got that amount of packs, technically speaking, like air quotations, but it was technically a top 4 finish, in case you were wondering. And then, yeah, that was the tournament. So here are 2 cards that are for upcoming videos. This is just a quick sneak peek. So, yeah, thank you so much for watching the video again. And once again, you guys are amazing. You guys have given me another about 5 subscribers since my Darkrai V-Star video. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys. If you want to see more content on the channel, let me know by subscribing, liking the video, and leaving a comment on what you'd like to see next. I do have an expanded deck in the works for my friend, the Dragon Empire, but that's going to take a little bit as I need to relearn the expanded format. But if you want to see a video, let me know. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching the video. God bless and have fun.